one night only, we're going for the full Monty.
The movie was so huge. It was critically acclaimed. It was Oscar nominated, BAFTA winning. With something like that, is there a fear involved in being like, we're going to go back to that source?
Well, I suppose the concern is you don't want to do anything to diminish the original project. But given that Simon Beaufoy, who wrote it, was writing and executive producing the series, co-writing it with Alice Nutter, you know that the characters are in safe hands, and whatever they come up with is going to serve those characters and tell the story that they want to tell. So from that perspective, there were no worries from my point of view. Very happy to get involved.
Yeah, it also felt like Simon had very good reasons for wanting to revisit it. So it didn't feel like it was some slapdash, oh, here's a good idea because I just woke up and thought, yeah, let's reboot. You know, there was none of that. There was a genuine imperative from Simon and a really strong feeling that he had issues that he wanted to investigate. So it didn't feel like it was something that was ill thought through.
I've read on the internet people saying, "Oh, you leave the film alone." Well, it's not the film; it's the characters, it's the situations, and it's today. You know, it's not actually a nostalgia trip.
When I originally had the phone call with Simon, you know, that we were getting the band back together, it was. Obviously, roller coaster of emotions. You know, the first one being like, "Yay, amazing!" You know, joy, and then I hope we can do it justice. You know, because the film is so close in so many people's hearts, all across the world, as you say, and there was obviously a slight trepidation, you know, towards that. But after conversations and after reading some of the episodes, it was very quickly put to the back of my mind, because this is a very different story from the original film 25 years ago.
Talitha, what was your awareness of the Full Monty before you joined the project?
It's really interesting because I feel like I've always heard the words like the Full Monty and like heard it around and seen it and maybe seen clips, but when I got the audition through, I sat down and watched the film again, and I watched it with my grandparents and my sister, and it was just a really lovely experience because it was watching them watch it with the fondness that they, you know, had for it since it's been around, and them sort of going, oh, this bit coming up is going to be really good, or like this bit is really funny, or like we have to watch that bit again because it's so funny. And then yeah, it kind of brought us all together as well, which is really nice. It was something that we could sit down and watch and enjoy and laugh at as a family.
So to that point, each of you basically plays a different generation of one family. So what was that like on set, and what was it like to build those kind of connections?
That was fantastic, you know, because of course I had the film to draw on, so there's an awful lot of kind of a backstory already there. But you know, I think that's one of the great things about this show, is it does speak to all the generations. You see the problems of, you know, the young people. You've got, you know, Talitha has problems with school, you know, and you go further, even beyond my age. Paul Barber's character of Horse, the problems of the elderly. That is a beautiful arc in the show. So fantastic to play through all these generational points.